You've heard of gods and heroes. But what if I told you the true power lies in the pain they endured? Stay with me. This spirit story will change how you see every myth you thought you knew. Welcome, wanderers of the mythic realms. You've just crossed into a world where the divine walks among mortals, where light and shadow dance in eternal struggle. This is Myth or Real. If you're passionate about myths, gods, demons, and everything in between, you're in the right place. Give that like button a little nudge. Hit subscribe if you enjoy what you hear. And trust me, it helps more than you know and costs you nothing. Also, drop your favorite character in the comments. Kings, warriors, demons, angels, or bizarre creatures. I read them all. Tonight, we dive into the abyss, into the pain, into the grief, into Algea. In Greek mythology, the Algea were not one, but three distinct personifications of sorrow and pain. Born of Eris, the goddess of strife, these spirits slithered into the mortal world unseen, yet deeply felt. Their names? Lupe, Anya, and Echoes, each a different shade of agony. Lupe represented pain that echoes through the body, a torment that gnaws the flesh. Anya, the grief that tightens the chest and fogs the eyes. Echoes, the raw sorrow that tears the soul apart. But before they had names, before the world had form, there was chaos. Out of chaos came Nyx, the night herself. And from her, in the silence of shadow, Eris emerged. From Eris, the Algea were born, not children of warmth and joy, but offspring of suffering and discord. They were not evil, but inevitable. The Algea fed on war. Every clash of blade, every weeping widow, every orphan scream nourished them, not by choice, but by design. You see, in the Greek view, pain was not just emotion, it was a presence, a spirit. When Achilles wept for Patroclus, Algea stood by his side. When Hector's body was dragged through Troy, they danced in mourning. You won't find temples built in their name. No altars, no hymns. They weren't honored, they were endured. Yet they held power, power over kings and peasants alike. The Algea reminded mortals that suffering is a divine force. In Hesiod's Theogony, they are named among the many children of Eris. But most people miss this. They're not major deities. And yet, they touch every story. They are present in the madness of Heracles, in the downfall of Agamemnon, in the tears of Niobe. And here's something rarely mentioned. The Algea were not just passive shadows. Some sources hint that they whispered to the gods. When Hera plotted vengeance, when Ares screamed in a battle, it was the Algea who amplified the fury through suffering. And where do they dwell now? They walk the edges of Hades, not in the deepest pits of Tartarus, but in the misty halls of mourning. Some believe they serve Hades and Persephone directly, guiding souls who died in despair. Others claim they wander freely, invisible but always near. They say that if your pain feels too real, if your sorrow seems to breathe beside you, one of the Algea is watching. But here's a twist. The Algea are eternal, yes, but they are also reflections. In some Orphic traditions, it's said that mortals can resist them. Through catharsis, through storytelling, through love and healing, their grip loosens. The Greeks believed in fate, but also in choice. So, are the Algea still with us? Every heartbreak, every funeral, every scream that no one hears, yes, but also in every poem, every song of loss, every tear that helps us heal. Pain births empathy. Grief gives us memory. Lupe, Anya, Echoes. They are not villains. They are the quiet guardians of the truth that to be mortal is to feel. Thanks for stepping into the shadows with me. If this story moved you, a like and subscribe mean the world to this channel. And remember, it costs you nothing, but for me, it opens the gates to many more mythic tales. Drop a comment with your favorite mythological character, be it king, warrior, demon, angel, or creature of the deep. I want to know who walks your dreams. Until next time, this is Myth or Real.